Good morning, everyone. Got a little bit of a something going on with my throat. Um, I've been having a bad weekend. Well, not a bad weekend, more like frustrating. Just you just want to just do something antisocial. Well, first of all, I've got another assignment through People Ready, and it sounds like a good one. It starts tomorrow on Monday, 9 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the morning. It's apartment maintenance over on an apartment complex over in Hillsborough, kind of where I was the other day. That should be very good. Actually, it should be extremely good, because they told me that they often will hire permanent if you do a good job, so I better do a good job over there. But also, I have heard from little birdies that if you can get hired into a job like that, sometimes they'll let you stay there. I mean, you won't get paid as much, but you'll get a place to stay. Though I don't know if they have special apartments to throw their workers into or something. But that's something that's like, please, please, please. I'm here going. So, but I don't know. We'll find out. With my luck, they'll probably take one look at me and throw me in the gutter. I don't know, but we'll find out. That would be basically the end of this crisis, if that would happen. If I could get off the street and have a job like that, I'd have to stop making these videos. I'd be over. But we'll see. So I'm trying not to get too excited about that. But then this thing that was getting frustrating is they called and gave me this job on Friday afternoon. And of course, that means I have to get through the weekend. Now, weekends might be made for Michelob, but not for me. Right now, and it's another good thing, this job, one way or another, is coming right at the right moment, because the money I had made at that Lowe's job is gone. I did my best, try not to drink $5 lattes every day and stuff, but, I ran out of money, so it's a good thing I'm working tomorrow, because I need money, just period, to exist. But then I have to wait two frickin' days. 2 frickin' days, sleeping rough, and it's cold. It's getting down to the lower 50s now, and it's been raining nonstop. So I have just been chewing on the bit for 2 days, and I can hardly stand it. I don't think I've ever looked forward to working as much before in my life. And I had unpleasantness happen this weekend. I don't even know if I should talk about it, because it's family stuff. Basically, my 2 sisters are now fully hostile to me. I mean, hostile, as in enemies. They don't speak to me. I tried to call my sister Carol this weekend, and one of her lines was, "I can't even believe I'm talking to you right now." I mean, seriously, she's talking to me like she's talking to Adolf Hitler, or Stalin, or somebody nasty, Ted Bundy. And there's a lot going on. You know what it is? I'll summarize it for you. Mary and Carol, my sisters, they're moneyholics. Now look, everybody loves money. I love money. You love money. Everybody loves money. But it's kind of like beer. Well, this isn't a beer, it's coffee. But it's kind of like drugs or beer. Some people get addicted, and some people can't control themselves. Or, they get that alcoholic effect. Like alcoholics, that even when they're on the stuff, they're nasty. And it's all they can think of, day in and day out. It's like the drug addicts, when they talk about, those commercials they usually made, "Would you kill for me?" the cocaine says. It's literally all they can think of. Everything else is out the window. Grandchildren, brothers starving and freezing. Everything else is just not there. All they can think of is getting more money. The joke is, well, Carol nominally has a lot of money because she retired from the Navy and retired from dentistry. I'll talk about that again some other time, because she's probably one of her deals. She didn't really retire as well as she was promised back in the 80s because of economics. I mean, when people retired from as O6s in the Navy and retired as dentists, back in the 70s, that meant you were going to be traveling the world. You wouldn't even be home. But nowadays, you're still comfortable. You still have a huge house, but you're not that comfortable. So, and as for Marion, oh my God. If you've ever watched the British sitcom called Keeping Up Appearances, that's Marion. She's Hyacinth. The only difference is she's not the eldest. And she has two, a brother and a sister, who live in nice houses with Mercedes and a room for a pony. And two brothers that don't. Yeah, two Onslows. She has two Onslows. I'm one. But that's their problem, is that it's full money addiction. It's not even, oh, I like money, or, and their gripe with me is that I have cost them resources that they believe were rightfully theirs. Let's just put it that way. One day I might talk to you in full. Remember that video I made how I got here? Well, there's more to it than that. I basically have medical problems that and that's another thing too, is this money that they're fighting for. They're trying to grope around about $200,000 that my mom accumulated. But it wasn't even my mom's money. It belonged to my stepfather. And as well as I got along with and I think that's another thing too, is I really got along well with my stepfather. We were basically Gilligan and Skipper. I mean, that's how my mom referred to us. I was Gilligan. Because I was basically his gopher around the farm and around the house, doing everything. I hope this is coming through. That traffic noise is starting to build up. Apologies if it isn't. Basically, I'm just rambling anyway. So basically, they're groping for money that doesn't really even belong to our family. In fact, I know that my stepfather's family wanted that money, but they had problems. Basically, my stepfather, I think he misjudged my sisters. Because my stepfather Robert was, now I'm not just saying this to suck up. He was probably the most honorable and good man I have ever met in my life. Period. Jimmy Stewart had nothing on him. And there's nothing more I could say. That was Robert Cobb. He was the most good and honorable man that I have ever seen in my life. And that includes historical figures. But I think, as the Grinch said in the Grinch movie, bad judge of character. So now my sisters are fighting over what exists of his money, because he had a very good life. But it goes back to that thing where they're money holics. It's not going to make them happier. I mean, I don't even know why. In fact, when my sister Carol fell upon the money that 2 years ago, I seriously thought she was deaded to somebody. I mean, she was acting like somebody that needed to pay off Jabba the Hutt, like, tomorrow. I mean, when she was trying to get the bank, she pulled all the money out of my mom's safety deposit boxes, or Robert's. And when she was questioning the bank officer to try to find out how to get them signed over to her, she was literally leaning across the table, like she was going to grab the person's neck. I mean, I seriously thought, what, is the mafia after her or something? No, seriously. She was acting like somebody that had hell to pay. And the way I feel about it right now, and after what I went through with her yesterday on that phone call, I hope she had to go through hell to pay, because that was mean. That was nasty. That was mean. I mean, I could swear words. I know how to say swear words. Don't worry. I could say fuck and shit and damn and all that. I mean, but what happened, because I called her on the phone, it was just so overwhelming. It's like being faced with a disaster. You're just like, it's like watching a Hindenburg blow up. You're just faced with something that's beyond human comprehension, that someone could be like that. And, the person I feel bad about is my brother-in-law. His name was Anthony Ciata. but he always went by Tip. And he was old world Italian. His parents were from Sicily. He was old world Italian. Now my sister Carol's really quiet. And I'm sure that he probably thought he was getting some old world Latina girl that would be totally, submissive and quiet. She used to carry his wallet when they were dating. She would carry his wallet. I guess that's a thing. I guess that was a thing. I don't know. But she was carrying his wallet. Well, let's just say he thought he was getting like some little submissive from a BDSM chat group or something. And he got Ted Bundy in a frock. Well, as for those who don't know what Tim Bundy was, he was that psycho killer a few years back. There was just like Bengali type too. Poor guy. I mean, I know he went through shit. A lot of people I know, a lot of people in the family, used to badmouth him because he was kind of old world. He was conservative. He was an old world Italian. He would have voted for Trump. He was very old world, very, women know their place, and, women are in the kitchen and in the bedroom, and, do you do this? Tradition! He was very much old world. But I think he met his match. I feel sorry for him. I think his last years were troubled. Because, yeah, I feel sorry for him. Anyway, I've been babbling for 11 minutes about my family. I'm sorry. Most of you have probably tuned off by now. I don't even have to say goodbye. But, okay, I will go and I'll let you know about that job and what happened and if I can get myself off the street. Otherwise, take care of yourselves and subscribe if you want to, if you like my babbling. And have a good day. Bye.